So today we are visiting the trust site in Ickworth?
Ickworth. Yep.
Ickworth.
So this National Trust site is about an 8-minute drive, 10-minute drive from the house. So really close, so we'll see what they have to offer. The Ickworth Estate is one of about 500 National Trust sites across England. Coming out here today, we figured we'd be the only people out, but the parking lot was actually really full, and so far it's been a pretty impressive visit. The first Earl of Bristol was John Hervey, who inherited the estate in 1700. In 1795, he commissioned an Italian architect, and all throughout the estate, you'll see influences of Italian architecture. On the east end of the estate, there's a hotel and some apartments, and on the west end there's a cafe, and downstairs on the west end is a secondhand bookstore. The bookstore is run on an honor system, which we found a little hard to believe, but you can get paperback books for £1 and hardback books for £3. The rooms in the rotunda are filled with artwork and sculptures that Hervey brought back with him from Europe. He traveled several months out of each year and sometimes would spend more than a year traveling across Europe and bringing back various pieces of artwork. Unfortunately, some of the pieces that he went to bring back were seized and taken by Napoleon, so they never actually made it back to the estate. Based on the rooms that were open during our visit, it looks like France, Italy, Austria, and Germany were probably some of his favorite places. Unfortunately, only the rotunda was open for our visit. There are over 126 rooms throughout the estate, though. In addition to the large book collection, there's also an expansive silver collection, which for our visit wasn't on display. They take the silver out for the winter and clean it, and it'll be on display again in the spring through the summer. So we'll take a look at that the next time we're back. So we're going to make our way outside and check out some of the trails and the gardens and hopefully make our way down to the family church. It may not look like it from the backside of the house and the garden out here, but the wind has really picked up and we're getting some serious gusts. Some of the trails around the estate lead to hidden gems and amazing viewpoints. The trails out here are easily walkable, not many hills, very wide, several you can take your bikes on, and also bring your dogs out. We're not going to explore all 1,800 acres today, but we are going to take this footpath that looks like it's going to lead us down to the church. So this is St. Mary's Church, and long before the Hervey family inherited this land, This church was built in the early 1300s and has seen many restorations, with the first one happening in the 1780s and then again in the early 1900s and again most recently just a few years ago. With centuries of family members buried here, the church and the cemetery are still owned by the Hervey family. We weren't able to make it inside the church on this trip. It was locked up tight, but hopefully this spring we'll make it back in on our next trip out here. All right, we're finishing up here at Ickworth National Trust. We went inside, walked through the trust, walked through their little bookstore. What else did we do?
Outside to the church.
Outside to the church on the trails.
It's very windy.
Very cold and windy. Well, probably not very cold, but cold. It's probably like 35 degrees, and you can hear the wind. It's pretty windy when you were out in the open. So, all in all, a great experience. We'll definitely be back when it's warmer, and probably get a National Trust membership.
It totally will pay for itself.
It'll pay for itself.
Come one or twice, it definitely would pay for it.
Yeah, we've already been to 2 National Trusts in the last week, and at $26 each time we've been there, 26 pounds. We're at 50, and I think the National Trust membership is just over 100 pounds a year, so we'll definitely get that. Bring the dogs out here, bring the bikes out here, bring ourselves back out here. So, all right, well, I think that's it from Ickworth, and until the next video, we'll see you later.